Immediately, we knew that we had to do something, and immediately there was a huge community outreach.
The biggest challenges with the ongoing pandemic is that in-person communication is simply not possible.
We will keep learning, we will keep growing, we will keep supporting each other.
This is In the Moment with COVID-19 here in southern Minnesota. With financial services across the country being deemed as essential businesses, CEO of Pioneer Bank David Krause is happy to announce that all 7 of their branches are fully operational. With payment processing systems, deposit products, and loan systems uninterrupted, they are business as usual, with one exception. Most of their staff is working from home.
We have about 60% of our employees working remotely, working from home. And we've been doing that now. We're going on our second full week of that. So any kinks that were there, we've worked all of them out, and we've been successfully operating the business remotely for that time. But there are some things that we still need to have people on site for, and those are our drive-up and walk-up facilities are still open. Our lobbies are closed, so the doors are locked. If a customer comes to our bank, they're not going to be able to get in. We do have by appointment only situations where we will accommodate meeting with a customer in person.
Good.
And you can think of some of the important things that might come up in a time like this. Safe deposit boxes, for example.
Sure.
If a customer needs to access their safe deposit box, we will let them do that. They simply need to contact their branch, make an appointment, and come in, and we'll help them access the contents of that box.
Good. And so 60% of your employees from home, how are your employees doing? Are they sort of snapping back after a transition and people are all hands on deck?
You know, it's amazing how great our team has been. They really look forward to this as a challenge and something that they wanted to make sure they could do successfully and efficiently. We're obviously very concerned when you're in an environment where you work around people every day, and now all of a sudden you're kind of locked in your office or locked in the basement like I am. You worry a little bit about that interaction that you normally expect to have with your coworkers every day. But
sure.
But our team of supervisors have been doing a great job of staying in contact with our staff on a daily basis. It's been really pretty much business as normal.
While Pioneer may be in full swing after a slight transition, they recognize that many of their customers and business clients are not, and they have advice for both the short term and the long.
There's a lot of anxiety out there and some uncertainty as to what's going on. We've had some of our business customers shut down their business temporarily through this stay-at-home order. And so that means some employees have been maybe either working from home or may not be working for a period of time. And so for our businesses and our consumers, it raises the questions about how are they going to handle the obligations that they've made, whether it be loans with the bank or maybe their rent payment or other creditors. And our biggest piece of advice to those folks is the first thing you need to do is make that phone call. Call your banker, call your landlord, call your loan company, and find out what options are available to you. And I think you're going to find that, especially in our case, but I think across the board, you're going to find a high degree of cooperation and willingness to help get us through this short-term problem. The next thing to make sure everyone is aware of is how the government has stepped up and has our back through this process. They've passed a bill into law. President Trump signed it last week called the CARES Act, and it provides a number of benefits for consumers and businesses throughout our country to help us get through this process. And one of the key aspects of that CARES Act is that most of the programs are actually going to be implemented through banks. There are loan programs available where actually businesses can borrow money to meet payroll expense and other expenses. And then as long as certain criteria is met, some of that loan can then be forgiven. Yep. There are other emergency loans available through the SBA that your community bank can help you with and help you attain. And then, of course, there are the cash payments that we've heard about from the government to all of us, depending on income. But those cash payments should get out to consumers within the next 3 weeks as well.
Despite the difficulties that this crisis has posed for Pioneer customers and our community at large, David shared with us a remarkably positive outlook for Southern Minnesotans in the near future.
I think we've kind of got the best of both worlds in front of us here today. Number one, when this is over and we're able to get back out, imagine the pent-up demand and the eagerness for all of us to get back out and patronize those businesses that we've been so loyal to over the years, to take advantage of socializing again and meeting, reintroducing ourselves to our neighbors and friends. But I think the other thing is all of the lessons that we learn through a process like this is going to lead to new innovation, new ideas to do the things we do well even better in the future. So I'm really excited about what that means for us as we come out of this.
David Krause, predicting light. And not just the light at the end of the tunnel, but one that will illuminate the value of our triumphs in a time of darkness. David encourages Pioneer customers to call their bankers 24/7, to visit their drive-thru during regular hours, and to take advantage of all their mobile banking sites and applications.